Hey everybody, welcome back to WhiteFyr's Frontier. I'm just standing here right next to the accurate representation of Alex's soul. Apparently that's a sign I wrote in this world, I guess last summer. I don't really remember doing it, but you can see off in the distance the farm area that we worked on in the previous episode. Thanks a lot, guys, for your feedback on that farm area. Seems like a lot of you guys really liked it. I really like it. And a few things I've done since the last episode, if we go ahead and fly our way over here, I have moved the cows all the way up here. I'll put a few links in the description to the Twitch clips that I think accurately characterize how this whole cow removal or cow moving experience was for me. We had, I think, 2 or 3 cows die on us. I used the same water elevator design that I used for the sheep and the pigs that are up here, but didn't go nearly as smoothly as these ones did. Also, a lot of this stuff has grown in now, so you can see the wheat. I love the color of the wheat versus this barn. I think it looks pretty cool, and the more wheat that we add around here, the better it's going to look. And I envision that this entire island up here will be full of wheat, so it'll look pretty cool in the end. But the other thing I've done, guys, is down here I have started, and not much has gotten done, but I have started the partitions, I guess, like the carrot farming and just a lot of the farms down here. I've started the carrots here, and I've made a few pathways, sort of like we did it in our survival experience world. This obviously will need a lot more work around it, adding like borders to it and stuff, but I've added little barriers here for where I want the carrots to grow. I think I want potatoes here. I'm not entirely certain yet what I want where. I've just started to put down some borders as to where we're going to partition these crops, and it's looking pretty good so far. I added in this pathway right here as well. It starts right over here next to this pathway, and it sort of just wraps around. This place almost looked like a little river valley, or like where a river should go, but I made it into a pathway, and this pathway comes all the way around here and up to, I actually just kind of ends off up here. I'm pretty sure. I don't think I finished it because we don't. Okay, we're good. I don't think we actually. I can't fly for some reason. I don't think we ever actually put an ending to this because it doesn't really lead anywhere just yet. There's no like actual place that it's supposed to lead, so we haven't done anything. Yeah, we haven't done any of that yet. But that's pretty much all I've been doing since last episode, guys. And in today's episode, I want to work on some of this. I want to work on some of the crop fields, and I want to add another farm because, as you guys might remember, with the barn up there, I want to add some animals up there at some point. And there's a few animals that we don't really have around here. One of those being chickens. Now, I have a lot of eggs, but I don't have a lot of chickens. And I think it's about time we solved that problem. Yeah, that's right. You guessed it. We're making a chicken farm. Probably down here somewhere. I know, it's a chicken cooker. These things, you know, get made all the time. But we do actually need one. First off, because having a steady supply of food without me having to do anything about it is something that we definitely need. But second off, because I could really use the feathers for books and stuff in the future, and getting a stockpile of that stuff now would be superb, so I don't have to worry about it later. So that's what I plan on doing today. I do have a tutorial I'll be following for this one. I'll link it, hopefully, if I remember. If I don't remember, guys, remind me down in the comments. I should put it in the top left hand or the top right hand corner in the little cards area for YouTube. And I should be putting it down in the description as well, towards the top. But it's a design by Frilioth. I mean, a lot of these designs are fairly similar, but this design is specifically, from when I watched the video, more intended for single player worlds. Obviously with entity cramming, you can only put so many mobs into one location. I believe it's 25 in one place, or 24 or something like that. So this design is basically you can only put 25 chickens in it at one time, essentially, and it produces enough chickens to where you only have maybe 1 or 2 that grow up at the same time and then get harvested or whatever with a bucket of lava. So essentially it's made for single player, and so that's why I like this design. So I'll be going with it for this world. I'll try to do some little tidbits of showing you guys how the design is kind of made in the next few minutes, but I'll put the link for the tutorial. If you guys really want to know how it's made, I suggest going through the tutorial, because honestly, I was a big fan of it. The tutorial, not only did it show what had to be done and give enough time for you to actually do it along with the tutorial, but it also has some very clear explanations of why certain things are done in a certain way. So I definitely recommend checking it out. It'll be linked, like I said, down below, and it should be in the top right hand corner. Without further ado, guys, I've been looking around here for a spot, and I think we're gonna put our chicken cooker, I was thinking either down here or I was gonna put it up here. And I'm thinking, if we look around here, there is some decent spots around here, but I kind of feel like it would be a lot more useful down below because we're not going to come up to that farm area a whole ton just to grab some food. So I'm thinking a nice little pathway that comes, first off, that's a creeper. Can I have your gunpowder, please, sir? Yes, I can. Haha, thank you. But second off, I think we're going to have it down here so we can have a little bit of a pathway coming up here because who honestly wants to fly up to an island to go grab some chicken? So I think it'll be pretty cool to have it down here where we can access it pretty easily. So enough talking, guys. Let's get into building this chicken cooker. So I've been AFK sort of working over here a little bit for about 40 minutes to an hour at this point. And I went ahead and put in this pathway right here. I finished the pathway. I think we had stopped it right here before. I went ahead and finished the pathway all the way up to the chicken cooker here. And I went ahead and detailed the side of this thing as well. I added some andesite, some cracked stone brick, as well as some cobblestone. And I think meshed into this side looks pretty darn good. We could add some mossy variants, but I don't really think the mossy variants are needed here. This thing runs a little bit. We had 2 chickens die here already. There's only 5 chickens producing eggs up there right now. So at some point I want to go back in there and probably make or put at least probably 20 more chickens in there. Well, the most we can put in there is 20 more chickens. So we'll probably put 20 more chickens in there at some point, and just sort of go from there and make sure that this thing produces enough chicken. Right now, you know, if I'm in this area a little bit, we'll have enough chicken for a good while because I doubt I'll be using this that much, but in the future we'll probably want to add some more once we get more eggs and stuff rolling, which I'll have to go around and just grab a bunch of eggs at some point, so that won't be too big of an issue. But this place is pretty much done now. Just like that, we've got ourselves a chicken cooker. I didn't want it to take up too much of today's episode because it's not a huge project. It's actually a really simple project. Probably the simplest project we've done in this world ever. So I figured it might as well get done in today's episode because the main thing I actually wanted to work on in today's episode was this farming area. As you can see, this place has grown in a little bit since I last showed it to you guys. All the crops, all these carrots are fully grown, and I want to get a lot of this stuff in today. Make sure we get all the divisions done today, and make sure that we start planting all of these crops and work on these pathways that go in between all of these crops. So at least put some sort of border. I still don't know yet if I want to do a pathway, because I think just some sort of border would work out a lot better than a pathway, because it's not like we're going to be going in between all these crops. If I want to have access to these crops and actually harvest them, I will go into the crops, not beside it. So I'm thinking just some sort of border, maybe like a cobblestone and stone brick border between this one and the potatoes and the wheat, which will be over here. Just some sort of border will work out pretty well, and will be pretty cool. So guys, about time for me to sleep. I will start working on the crop fields here and see what we can get done today. Let me get started, guys. I'll see y'all in a sec. So now I have most, if not all, of this carrot field all done, all put in here. And I have 2 different pathway designs on the sides of it. I was mentioning earlier, you guys probably remember the these sort of pathways on the sides, the dividers in between all the crop fields. I have 2 different designs I want to show you guys and get your feedback on, because I honestly can't decide as to which one I like more. So on the right here, we have a very simple design using the path blocks, which has these fences here. And my goal would also be to add some leaves here, some oak, and probably some jungle mixed in with this pathway design that sort of like spills over into the crops here. Now I'm still going to put some sort of leaves regardless into this crop area, probably over where the water sources are and or around there. But it would also spill over into this pathway here as a first design. So I think just make it look a little more natural. So this is the first design: fences, jungle wood, and oak and jungle leaves essentially. And this is the second design. This design would not be a pathway. It would not let us walk all the way down to the river, but it would serve as a nice little divider in between where one sort of crop is and where the other sort of crop is. So if we're gonna go along here, it's fairly basic stone design here. We've got some stone brick, we've got some cobblestone, we've got some regular stone. I don't have any mossy variants in here right now, but I do have some cracked stone brick, I believe. You can probably see it, yeah, right here. You can see some cracked stone brick, and it goes all the way down to the river. It actually extends a little bit into the river here. It has a little bit more work that would need to be done to this to make it look a little bit better. But essentially, this would be basically around a 2 or 3 block, a 2 or 3 block tall wall, if I can say that. There we go. That extends completely from the path all the way to the river or wherever we designated for each section, and would almost completely block off one section from the next versus that pathway, which you can sort of still see through it. So I'm having a difficult time deciding which one I like. I like the stone one because of we've been doing a lot of stone stuff recently, and I just like the stone stuff in general. I haven't really used them for crop fields before, but I have used this design before in between crop fields. I used it in Survival Experience, I believe, and I really liked it there. So I'm having a difficult time deciding which one I like. Now, for this main pathway here, I plan on doing something similar to this, pathway design for this main pathway. So it could tie in better if we use this pathway design, but it could also be a nice contrast if we had that design over there. So if you guys have a preference, I would love to hear your feedback down in the comment section below. Actually, I'll do a poll. I'll do a poll in the top right hand corner. If you guys want to go ahead and answer that poll, you don't have to leave a comment if you don't want to. Would still love to hear it in the comment section. But option 1, which is the wood pathway, and option 2, which is the stone border pathway thingy, are going to be your options for that poll. So let me know by answering that poll up in the top right hand corner and or leaving a comment down in the comment section below. And I can't forget what I started over here, which I don't think I've shown you guys yet, but yeah, I started some wheat over here right next to the portal, and the plan here is to have wheat on either side using the same border for this pathway that we're going to use for the pathway over there, for at least the border for the main pathway, using fences and whatnot as we go along through here, and that will hopefully extend all the way over to this side up until that bridge. And once we go across that bridge, I really still haven't decided what I'm going to do for the pathway. We could do something like this, but I think I want to switch it up once we get over towards that temple over there. So yeah, things are looking pretty good here, guys. Things are looking freaking awesome over here. And I do think, guys, it is about time to end off today's episode. I know it's a little bit shorter than normal, but I'm about done with what I actually want to get done today. We got it done a lot quicker than I expected, I guess, at least in video wise. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed it so far. So I'll go ahead and pick a comment for today, and then we will get rolling with answering that comment. And today's comment is from Adrian, who said, "Love the barn white. It's simple and clean. A little suggestion is maybe you could raise the detail bit at the very top of the roof by a block, just so it's not flush with the roof. And please keep the vines on either side. Makes the area look really grand." Thank you for the comments last episode, ladies and gentlemen. I really do appreciate it. But yeah, I definitely agree with this comment. I was thinking about that when I was actually making the barn in terms of the detail bit on the top, and I've messed with it a little bit since the last episode. Then, as you can see, I raised it a little bit. I don't like the middle part, but I think it's definitely a lot better than it was. So I'm gonna continue to mess with this up here and get it to a place that I actually like it. The tops of roofs are always terrible for me. I have a really difficult time wrapping my head around what to do with them a lot of the time. So honestly though, my favorite philosophy when it comes to building is if you don't like it, tear it down and rebuild it. So that's probably what I'll end up doing for the top of that the top of that roof of the barn, whatever that means. Anyways, guys, thank you for the comment. And also in regards to the vines, definitely agree with that as well. As for now, we're gonna keep them. It does make it look grand. I do agree with that. It's a nice little grand entrance right there. And I think we'll keep it for now. If it becomes a problem, we'll change it. But for now, it's not a problem. So we'll definitely keep it. But ladies and gentlemen, that is going to wrap things up for today. Thank you all so much for watching this episode of Fyr's Frontier. If you did enjoy the video, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel if you're new and or not already subscribed. But anyways, guys, take care, and I'll see you later.